Welcome to another CIRF report. We're going to do this one a little bit differently. First, for those of you who are new, we are looking for the biggest influence that is affecting all of us in the next few days. And then the goal is to find the solution. And with the solution, we use various means. We look at the I-Ching readings. We also look at Sidereal Astrology. And normally we start with the DreamBot or the I-Ching reading, but today we're going to start with astrology because, well, just because it makes more sense this way. There's something going on right now or a little bit later tonight. If you're watching this on Thursday night, the 30th, then you may be able to see Mercury oppose Jupiter. And this influence is meet your fate, your thoughts surrounding your, your way ahead, your life mission, your purpose, your fate. But unfortunately, there is a T-square here. So things get kind of convoluted. You've got a square. This isn't exact. That's why I don't have times here. But this energy is here. So you got Mercury square Neptune. Neptune is kind of really confusing and is putting some fantasy in your thoughts and whatnot. And then you've also got that added over to Jupiter. So your way ahead is kind of clouded. But underneath it all, this is the big lesson for probably for the rest. I mean, this energy is going to be here for quite some time. A couple days. It's not going to stay exact, obviously. Mercury likes to whip around the sky a little bit, but you got some slow moving planets here. But anyway, the biggest lesson is what is my way ahead? And that's going to be the answer as we go along here. But tomorrow morning, so this is Friday morning at 8:21 a.m. The moon's going to go over Uranus, and Uranus being all about change. Something might be briefly changed. Moon is transiting fairly quickly, but you might feel this energy. It might feel like a little bit of a different day, or you might have the hangover from the T-square. But also a little bit later in the morning, this is probably more important because this energy is going to hang around for a while, is Venus trine Saturn. Now, Saturn is going to show you some stuff. It's going to show you obstacles. And where is that? Well, in the relationships and in maybe finance. So be on guard for some. Now, this is a positive trine aspect or harmonious. So, where Saturn might show you hurdles or obstacles or slowdowns, it's also showing you a way ahead. So it's kind of like your immune system. When it gets suppressed, you get stronger later. Or maybe another metaphor might be exercise. You break down your muscle and then it regrows stronger the next time. So that's what this pattern is with your relationships and possibly finance. And then let's get into Saturday. This is the 1st of June. Welcome to June. As the moon continues to transit, it's going to make a conjunction with Venus, but that's later in the afternoon, 2:52. And it's funny how Venus is going to get hit several times here on several of these aspects. The moon is earlier than today is making a sextile up to Neptune, and Saturn continuing to get hit. Now, this aspect is really just going to generate some more energy with this Venus aspect. It's going to make that energy kind of hang around a little bit longer. So, and again, harmonious. So solutions come with the problems. Then on Sunday, we have at 10:41, this is in the evening, Venus again making a trine to Pluto. Now, Pluto being very much deeper. This is a deeper aspect. Subconscious material being brought out in the relationship. Maybe some very deep desires as far as money goes, or in or sex, or in attractions that stuff actually brings in a positive aspect to your relationships. Okay, so it's not something to be scared of, but it is very deep. And what is deep in our subconscious is some stuff that the I-Ching and the DreamBot are finding. So let's go into the I-Ching reading. Now, I threw the coins earlier today, and we had 44, which is coming to meet. Now, what's interesting is I have my soulmate coming to meet me either tonight or tomorrow. I see that she just texted me, I don't know what to do. So that's not a good sign. We got some fully loaded trucks. All right. So what is coming to meet in I-Ching 44 is, here's the image. Under heaven, wind. It's a lot of wind. The image of coming to meet. Thus does the prince act when disseminating his commands and proclaiming them to the four quarters of heaven. So it's about your kingdom. Now, this is metaphoric. So your reality, you're not directing. I can read a lot more of this. And I actually I have to read the change line because we had the change here with line 5, and that brought it to a hexagram 50. But this is 9 in the 5th position, which means a melon covered with willow leaves, hidden lines. Then it drops down to 1 from heaven. Now, what does that mean? This is a situation in which a strong, superior, well-poised man tolerates and protects the inferiors in his charge. He has the firm lines of order and beauty within himself, but does not lay stress upon them. He does not bother them. He keeps quiet. And she keeps quiet in her kingdom. So we're not going around barking orders out at everybody, or we're not commanding life to be the way that we want it to be or expect it to be. Coming to meet means that you walk around, or you spread your awareness around the things that you can control in your environment, and you spread positivity around, and the whole kingdom, metaphorically, your life transforms based on the aura that you put out. So if you put out complaining, that's what you get. If you put out positive vibes and harmony, that's what you get. So that's where the influence is. And then the what I asked for is the solution, and the I-Ching called upon hexagram 50, which is the cauldron. Now in the cauldron, we're looking at almost like a cooking scenario, but we have fire over wood, the image of the cauldron. Thus the superior man consolidates his fate by making his position correct. Now, there's a lot more to this than that. Get this, the cauldron, supreme good fortune, success. Where's that coming from in the astrology? Well, the opposition with Jupiter, that's why I put that on there. This energy that's happening tonight, if you're seeing this on Thursday night, the 31st, is going to stay with this. This is great success and good fortune, but there's things that we have to do. The present hexagram refers to the cultural superstructure of society. Here it is the wood that serves as nourishment for the flame, the spirit. Incidentally, listen to some of these words because they are going to show up in the DreamBot directly, like spirit. And all that is visible must grow beyond itself, extend into the realm of the invisible. Thereby it receives its true consecration and clarity and takes firm root in the cosmic order. The will of God should be accepted in humility. This brings inner enlightenment and true understanding of the world. We're in learning mode. According to the I-Ching, it's a cauldron. We're being, our fate, our flame is the energy, is equivalent to the wood, and then the flame is the spirit, which is put out into the world. And so we are learning. The fate of fire depends on wood. As long as there is wood below, the fire burns above. It is the same in human life. There is in woman likewise a fate that lends power to her life. If she succeeds in assigning the right place to life and to fate, thus bring the two into harmony. She puts her fate on firm footing. So it's how well poised. In both of these readings, it's how well poised we remain through the learning. Now, with that, let's go to the DreamBot. In the DreamBot, now I have some. This is really crazy to me. First, I have some linguistic sets here. I have the this is kind of the first time I've done this, but the I-Ching 44 is the first one that we read. That one's showing up in the red, but the first hit of this I-Ching 44 is the linguistic set Singing Energy. Singing Energy is that broadcasting. Remember that you're the prince and going around to your kingdom, not barking orders, but sending out your energy. So you're singing, that's harmonious. So you're harmoniously putting energy out. This is incredible that both of these things overlapped, as they normally do. I don't know why I keep getting surprised. But then the other linguistic set is Spirit Carry Words. And this is the part of the next, the I-Ching 44 still. But it's the whole set here, Spirit Carrying Words. First of all, Spirit was in the I-Ching reading, and you're carrying words. You're broadcasting to your kingdom the way that you'd like it to unfold. And maybe not yelled, but that's part of broadcasting. So I put broadcasting as the theme here. And then in the blue arrows, this is I-Ching 50, the cauldron. Pro and good, that's extreme success. The shadow is the fate. That showed up in Pluto. And we have fuel. That was directly inferred by the wood, which is our spirit. And then spirit is it's crazy. The energy here. Anyway, I-Ching 50, the cauldron, is directly implied in this DreamBot run. And then finally, there's a clear meme of living and learning, which is exactly what 44 and 50 were all about when you put them together. Staying poised was part of this, but it's not in the DreamBot run. But school, you're learning, reading, and what actually happened, reality. It's living. It's the hard knocks. It's learning of hard knocks, not in the books, although reading is in there. And relating is all about learning. So anyway, those are the three memes here. And so we need to go back and look at what the solution is going to be. Well, all right. Keep in mind here that learning is a big theme in the DreamBot and the I-Ching. Okay. And so Gemini, the tropical force of Gemini, is really starting to take place all throughout these days, the 31st, 1st, and 2nd. But you see, as the moon transgresses into tropical Gemini, it is heavy into learning. And that starts on Sunday. But all the while we're learning. Now, we also have Venus that's very close to Taurus as we get into the solution and the Sidereal Astrology. And I forgot to put the highlighter on here. Sorry. But anyway, you've got, in essence, 4 planets all in Taurus. And so while we're learning, we need to be able to be poised. And that's the whole concept here. We saw poise in the cauldron. We can't get bent out of shape and all that. And then you also have the Saturn and Pluto and the Venus aspect. That's going to add to the learning. So there's a whole lot of learning over the next 3 days. And so here are our summary slides. This going out to National Dream Center, and I'll put the links there. No, that's not the actual link, but if you go to Facebook and Instagram, type in National Dream Center, you can subscribe to these particular posts. Your fate is determined by how calm your reaction is to life's biggest, deepest lessons. Do you see how we're combining both the tropical and the sidereal together? The tropical is all the learning, that's Gemini, and then you've got the poise of Taurus. And that was directly inferred in the I-Ching readings. So now what do we have for interzension? Interzension is right there. You go to Facebook or Instagram. And you can get these kinds of outputs generally throughout the week. And these are the current energy playbook. So do influence your kingdom with only a positive aura. We talked extensively about that. That's directly out of I-Ching hexagram 44. But don't resist life's lessons. Poise and humility are required during all lessons. In the I-Ching, it kind of goes on further to say that your fate is directly determined and your success is directly determined by how poised you are and with how much humility you have during these learning lessons. Okay, that's a wrap. I hope everybody enjoyed this, and I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend coming up. We'll see you on Sunday. Take care.